Welcome back to another episode of the pod. LeBron James, he is on the move. He has his choice between three different cities. One of those cities being Philadelphia, the Philadelphia 76ers. Could LeBron be a Sixer come the 2026 NBA season? I'm diving into it all on where I think he should be, what I think that could look like in Philly on this episode of the No Shame with Shane podcast. Let's get it. I never thought I would be reading this headline. Per Shams Charania from ESPN, LeBron James in his current next destination search as he is testing free agency. LeBron is taking the Sixers very seriously, in quotes, very seriously, after they acquired Jaylen Brown this past week in a trade. Philly, super high up on LeBron's list right now in terms of his next chapter of his career, possibly the last season of GOAT James's career. Bro, I never thought we would see the day. I never thought I'd see the day where one of my top two favorite players of all time would be joining my favorite basketball team of all time. This is absolutely insane. But I gotta say, bro, as much as I would love to see my favorite player join my favorite team, sign with my favorite team, the Sixers don't need LeBron James. The Sixers don't need LeBron James because honestly, right now, the Sixers have a championship roster as it is right now. With or without Bron, the Sixers are a championship team on paper, in my opinion. Because this team honestly has everything you need to win big. It has an elite starting five, at least on paper. It has scoring, it has defense, and it has depth. You look at the starting five, obviously an elite starting five. VJ Max, Jaylen Brown just acquired, Dean Wade, underrated 3-and-D guy, and then Joel Embiid. Scoring, Maxey is a 25 to 30 point scorer consistently. Jaylen Brown is a 30 to 35 point scorer consistently, 30 and 7. And Embiid is just Embiid, multi-time scoring champ. Defense, Embiid is, when healthy, is arguably the best defender in the NBA, a guy that could win MVP and win Defensive Player of the Year. He's one of those guys. JB, he was the best two-way player in the league last season, arguably the best two-way player overall in the NBA right now. Super elite as a perimeter defender. VJ, an emerging two-way talent in the NBA right now. Dean Wade, an underrated defender in the NBA right now, especially with what he did to Jalen Brunson this past year, putting Brunson, one of the best scorers right now in the NBA, in just pure handcuffs, had him in prison. And then you look at the depth. LeBaron Philon, Anthony Simons, Justin Edwards, Dominique Barlow, Adam Bona, LeBaron Philon, who is dominating Summer League right now, averaging 20 points and 6 assists, just playing winning basketball. Anthony Simons, who is consistently a 15-point scorer. Justin Edwards, who is a 14-point scorer whenever he gets 20 or more minutes in a game. Dominique Barlow, who is a key rebounder, key interior defender for the Sixers, at least he was last year. And Adam Bona, you can question his consistency, you can question his production, but you cannot question the man's physicality. He is a pure athlete. He's, especially him being as young as he is, he's bound to get better. This Sixers team honestly has everything it needs to be a championship roster. We don't need LeBron James to compete for a ring. We don't need LeBron James to win a ring. So honestly, in my opinion, as great as it would be to see, as great as it would be to stand in line for LeBron James number 23 76ers jersey, as great as that would be, the Sixers just don't need LeBron. The Sixers don't need LeBron. Honestly, LeBron James coming to the team, it really just changes and really could throw off the whole dynamic of what this squad could potentially be in 2026, in the 2026 to 2027 season. It throws it all off because if LeBron James is on the team, yeah, he's not going to be your one option. He may not even be your two option. But even having him as your third option, him being a guy that needs the ball in his hands, that would need to facilitate the offense, it throws off everyone else's game. Like it would throw off, like everyone else would have to adjust to LeBron James because of who he is, his stature in the game, of course, his style of play. Like everyone else would need to adjust around LeBron James in a way that would not be beneficial to those individual players and potentially the team as a whole in terms of our overall success. Our overall success. Like honestly, I don't want to see certain guys take a step back to make room for LeBron James on the squad. Like I don't want to like I don't want to see that. Like I don't want to see certain guys have to adjust their game style, their play. I don't want to see certain guys on the Sixers who have shown significant improvement, who have shown the ability to dominate and just and and cook. I don't want to see certain guys, those guys have to change their roles to accommodate LeBron James, to accommodate a 42-year-old LeBron James. Like VJ, like having LeBron James on the team, VJ would have to take a step back. Having LeBron James on the team, Maxey would have to have less touches. Jaylen Brown would have less touches. Like, and honestly, that's just what would happen. Like Braun, even though he would be at the very least a third option on this team, he would need the ball in his hands. He would need the ball in his hands. Like VJ can't take a step forward with LeBron James constantly having the ball in his hands. Like Maxey can't take another step forward like he has every season in his career so far with LeBron James consistently having the ball in his hands. Like JB can't dominate the league this year with that chip on his shoulder, proving what he wants to prove this season with LeBron James constantly having the ball in his hands. Embiid, he would just have to get in where he fits in at that point. Like I do not want to see these guys have to take a step back or switch up their roles or switch up their style of play to accommodate a 42-year-old LeBron James. I really don't want to see it. Like I don't think LeBron James being on the Sixers, I don't think it would help us. I don't think it would significantly help us this season. And I definitely don't think it would and I definitely don't think it would help us in the future. Like it wouldn't do much for us this season. And it definitely wouldn't do anything for us in the future, being that it would only be, of course, maybe 1 year, 1 year with LeBron. It doesn't do anything for us. Like honestly, LeBron James to Philly, I wouldn't be necessarily like other than seeing my favorite player on my favorite team, LeBron James to Philly wouldn't really do much for me in terms of the progress of this team. Like LeBron James, he wouldn't be a needle mover for this season. He wouldn't be much more of a needle mover this season than what has already been with the additions that we've made this year. And it definitely wouldn't do anything for us for the future. If anything, it would halt our future. Like honestly, this team right now is a championship team with or without LeBron James. And then for the future, having LeBron James on the squad, it would delay VJ and Maxey from reaching their ceilings in terms of what they can be as a duo in this league. Because honestly, obviously the VJ Max duo, that's the future of the squad. And the longer it takes for that duo to reach that ceiling, the longer it'll take for the Sixers to really be a truly great team in the NBA, especially the East. So having LeBron James on the squad, it not only wouldn't make much of a difference for us this season, it would honestly delay our future as well. Like it would honestly hurt us in the long run because it would delay VJ, it would delay Maxey, and it would honestly delay Phylon as well from continuing to take those steps forward and develop into key championship pieces for this Sixers team. So there's a couple of reasons why I'm not like super excited for LeBron to come to Philly. Even though it sounds great, it looks great on paper. I would be one of the first ones in line for a LeBron James Sixers jersey. It's just there aren't a lot of positives that we would get from having LeBron on the squad this year. It's like having LeBron on the squad this year doesn't make necessarily more of a championship team than we already are. Having LeBron James on the squad this year would also delay our future because it would honestly it would delay VJ and Maxey from taking a step forward. They wouldn't be able to take a step forward this year necessarily with LeBron James on the floor. So there's nothing I think we get out of getting LeBron James in Philly this year that we really don't already have. If anything, I feel like it stunts the growth of the guys that we currently have on the team, like VJ, like Maxey, and like Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is trying to take that step forward as a true number one option on a championship team, like inarguable. He's trying to take a step forward as not just an MVP candidate, but as a true top two, top one MVP guy, MVP caliber guy in the NBA right now. He's got something to prove. I don't see Bron being a huge positive for this team this year. Now, looking at the positive side to Bron to Philly, LeBron coming to Philly, the Sixers would bully the East. Like, the Sixers are bullying the East this year regardless, in my opinion. But you add LeBron to that mix, no question, the Sixers are bullying the East. Like, it'll probably be done a little differently. Like, I think if Bron is not in Philly, the Sixers are bullying the East through VJ dominating, that VJ Max duo dominating, Jaylen Brown dominating as the true one option on this team. Embiid here and there, on a sort of limited schedule, he would have his moments during the regular season. But you add LeBron to that mix, it's the same result, just a different method. Like, instead of necessarily VJ Max dominating, it would more so be Maxey dominating, Jaylen Brown and Maxey dominating with a sprinkle of LeBron. And then you have sort of Joel Embiid and VJ Max sort of in the backseat, kind of chilling there for when you need them. So it'll be the same result. Like, the Sixers are bullying the East this year, regardless, with or without LeBron. But it just changes the method. Like, the result's going to be the same. The Sixers are going to bully the East this year regardless. It'll just be either with LeBron or without LeBron. But if LeBron comes to Philly, the Sixers are definitely bullying the East. They're going to be the beast of the East for sure. LeBron comes to Philly, the Sixers are the bully on the block, are the bully on the block for the East, 1,000%. Like, honestly, if the Sixers, like, with LeBron James, if the Sixers win a chip this year, like if LeBron James comes to Philly and the Sixers win a chip, this would be LeBron James's fourth chip with a new team. Fourth chip with a different team. He would be the first player in NBA history to help 4 different teams win a championship. 4 teams. Only player in NBA history. Not only would he help 4 teams win a championship, he would have helped 3 teams win their first title in 10 or more years. You look at the Cavs, you look at the Lakers, you look at the Sixers. The Cavs, they never won anything before LeBron. The last time they won a playoff series before LeBron was in the 90s. You look at the Lakers, it had been 10 years since they were champions before LeBron James got there. And during that 10-year span, they were hardly ever good. Especially towards the end of Kobe's career and then after Kobe left. You look at the Sixers. We obviously haven't won anything since 1983 with Dr. J. So not only would LeBron James be the first player in NBA history to win a championship with 4 different teams, he would have also helped 3 of those teams win their first championship, be truly relevant on the final stage in the playoff, in the postseason of the league, in the postseason of the season, be truly relevant in a decade. Like, it would be the first time those teams would have been truly relevant in a decade. That's GOAT status. That's GOAT status. Like, honestly, MJ fans, like, you look at LeBron James, if he comes to Philly, MJ fans are going to hate, saying, oh, Bron, he couldn't win a championship in one place. He couldn't stay in one place and win a championship. But, like, LeBron James, if he wins in Philly, he would have won 4 championships on 4 different teams. He would have helped 4 different teams win a championship. Teams that were not champions before LeBron James got there. Not at least recently. That's a flex. That's a flex that MJ doesn't have. Like, MJ fans can hate if the Sixers win this year with LeBron. But the fact that LeBron James will be able to say he helped 4 different teams win a championship, not only did he help, he was a key piece to 4 different championship teams, having an immediate impact on those teams. That's a flex. That's a flex that MJ doesn't have. That's a flex that MJ doesn't have. You look at the Cavs. The Cavs never won a championship but without or before LeBron James. You look at the Lakers. The Lakers hadn't been champions. The Lakers had been winless championship-wise for 10 years before LeBron James got there. You look at the Heat. It had been 7 years since they won a championship before LeBron James got there. Dwayne Wade was not winning another ring without Bron. Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh weren't winning a championship without LeBron James. You look at the Sixers. We, of course, before hypothetically winning with LeBron James, we hadn't won a championship, been relevant in the finals since, or at least won a championship since 1983. We hadn't been relevant in the finals since 2001. That's 20 years, 20 plus years since we had even sniffed the final stage. LeBron James being able to say that he helped 4 different teams become relevant in the finals, win a championship, that's a flex. MJ fans can say whatever they want. That will forever be an argument for LeBron James in that GOAT debate. That will forever be an argument for LeBron James in the GOAT debate, 1,000%. But honestly, if I'm LeBron James, right, like according to Shams Charania, along with the Sixers, the main teams that LeBron James is considering right now are the Cleveland Cavaliers, a homecoming, Miami Heat, another homecoming of sorts, and of course the Philadelphia 76ers. Out of those 3 teams, out of the Cavs, out of the Heat, out of the Sixers are really the best fit for LeBron James in terms of what he wants. LeBron James, according to Rich Paul, LeBron isn't trying to go to a team that he would be the number 1 option on, that he would have to carry. He wants to go to a team where he can play meaningful basketball and compete for a championship. The best fit for LeBron, according to those wants, are the Sixers. Like if I'm LeBron James, I would want to go to the Sixers before the Heat or over the Heat and the Cavs. I'd want to go to the Sixers. Like if I'm LeBron James, I am not wasting what could potentially be my last year in the NBA playing with James Harden. I'm not doing that. I'm not wasting my last year in the NBA on James Harden. I'm not wasting it on Mr. 12 points and 5 turnovers in an elimination game in the playoffs. I'm not doing that. Like, bro, if James Harden is among your top 3 best players, you're not winning a championship. You're not winning a championship. Versus the Knicks, game 4, on the cusp of being swept, James Harden, 12 points, 5 turnovers, 0 for 6 from the 3-point line. I'm not wasting my last year in the league, what could potentially be my last year in the league, on that guy. I'm not doing that. I'm not wasting my last year on James Harden. There's no way I would want to go if I'm LeBron James, even though that is home. There's no way I would want to waste my last year of playing competitive basketball at least, on James Harden instead of Philly. Like, there's no way I'm picking James Harden over Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Jaylen Brown, and an MVP in Joel Embiid with the depth that they have and the coaching in Nick Nurse. There's no way I'm picking James Harden and Donovan Mitchell over this situation in Philly that we have right now. There's no way. I'm just not doing that. Honestly, if I'm LeBron James, looking at his top 3 teams, his top 3 choices for new destinations, if I'm LeBron James, I'm not choosing to go to Miami over Philly. I'm just not. Like, bro, if LeBron James goes to Miami, that could potentially be a worse situation than what he had in LA without Luka and without AR. It could potentially be a worse situation. Like, because more than likely, Bron would need to carry on that. There's a really good chance that Bron would need to carry on that team in order for the Heat to be competitive this year. Because you look at that squad, Giannis is likely going to get hurt dealing with that calf issues that he has right now, that he was dealing with this past season. So that means Bron would be chasing a chip with Bam Adebayo as his co-pilot, and no depth. Like the big three in Miami would be a 42-year-old Bron, Bam Adebayo, Mr. 7 for 22 from the three-point line, and Davion Mitchell. That would be their big three with no depth. If I'm LeBron James, I'm not picking that situation over Philly. I'm not. I'm not picking that situation over Philly. That would be, he might as well just stayed and re-signed with LA. If I'm LeBron James, I am not signing with a team that I would likely have to carry to a championship as a 42-year-old. I'm 42. I'm trying to chill. I'm trying to just get buckets and have fun and actually enjoy playing basketball. Like, I'm not trying to carry this pretend superstar in Bam Adebayo and a bench of like no-name guys to trying to carry them to the finals in my last year really playing ball for real. And no disrespect to Bam, Bam is a great piece to have on a championship team, but Bam as your number 2 with no bench whatsoever, that's not enough to win a championship, let alone compete for a championship. It's just not enough. It's not enough. If you had a, healthy Giannis, sure. If you had a Tyler Hero still in the mix, sure. You had a Davion Mitchell even coming off the bench, sure. You had a Norman Powell still, sure. But to just have Bam Adebayo and a Davion Mitchell with potentially Giannis being hurt, I'm not signing up for that situation if I'm LeBron James. Like, bro, if you genuinely think LeBron James and Bam Adebayo are enough to win a championship, you are vastly overestimating Bam. No disrespect to Bam, but you are vastly overestimating Bam. Because if you look at LeBron going to Miami in terms of what that could look like, there's a good chance Giannis could miss a good chunk of the season and potentially the playoffs dealing with that calf issue that he's been dealing with over the past season. This team has no depth behind Giannis and Bam, nothing coming off the bench, very little perimeter play now that Norman Powell is in Chicago. Like, if you truly think a team with Bron and Bam as their 1 and 2, if you truly think that situation is enough to get to a championship, let alone win a championship, you're either a biased Heat fan or you are vastly overestimating Bam Adebayo. Like y'all think just because Bam dropped 83, that means he's some lethal 3-level scorer that could help carry the Heat alongside LeBron, like as if this is like a Kyrie Bron Cleveland situation in the playoffs. Like, Bam is not averaging 30 alongside Bron in the playoffs the way Kyrie did. He's not. Like, just because he dropped 83, Bam is not that guy. Like, in that 83-point game, in order to get to 83 points, Bam took 43 shots. 43 shots, made 20 of them. In order to get to 83, Bam had 43 free throws, made 36 of them. 43. In order to get to 83 points, Bam took 22 threes. He took 22 threes, made 7 of them. Bam is not, just because he scored 83, this is not going to be a prime Kyrie and Bron situation in the playoffs with Bam and LeBron carrying the Heat to the finals if Giannis is hurt. Like, that's not what this is going to be. That's not what this is going to be. Like, Bam and a 42-year-old Bron are not enough to get your team to a championship, especially coming out of this year's East. When you got to deal with the Sixers with Jaylen Brown. When you got to deal with the Pistons with Duren staying in Detroit. When you got to deal with the championship team Knicks, the best championship team to win a championship in the past 5 years. Even a new-look Celtics team, keeping Derek White, keeping Peyton Pritchard, getting Mitchell Robinson a quality starting center, obviously built around Jason Tatum. Like, that is not enough to get your team to a championship. It's just not. Like, if I'm LeBron James and I am picking a team to play for in what could likely be my last year in the NBA, or at least my last competitive year in the NBA, I am not going to the Miami Heat. I am not going to the Cleveland Cavaliers over Philly. According to what LeBron James wants in his new destination, which according to Rich Paul is a team where he doesn't have to be the number one option, a team where he doesn't have to carry, a team where he is not the focal point of the offense. According to Rich Paul, that, like, the only team out of his main three choices are Philly. The only team that fits that criteria in terms of what LeBron James wants out of Cleveland, out of Miami, and out of Philly are the 76ers. If he goes to Cleveland, he's likely he could likely be the one or two option in Cleveland. James Harden is taking a step back. If he goes to Miami with Giannis's health issues, he will likely be the one option in Miami with no depth coming off the bench. At least in Cleveland, he'd have a bench. He'd have some role guys. Miami, he would be the guy with little to no help except for Bam Adebayo. In Philly, LeBron James is not going to be that guy. In Philly, LeBron James at the most would be the third option. At the most. He's not going to be the one option over Jaylen Brown. He's not going to be the one option or the second option over Tyrese Maxey. Then, with a healthy Joel Embiid on the floor, Joel Embiid will likely be the third option before LeBron James is. So, according to what LeBron James wants, the team that is the best fit for him is Philly. It's Philly. But we're going to see, apparently LeBron James is going to be announcing his next move this upcoming week. So we will definitely have an instant reaction to that move when it drops. But for now, that is all we got for today's edition of the No Shame with Shane podcast. If you haven't already, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to all of our social media platforms. And I'll be back later on with more Shame Mistakes.